What's up, guys? It's Colin here, and today I want to give you guys my top 5 free marketing strategies for Canadian online businesses. So it's really important, especially when you're first starting out, to spend your dollars wisely. So these will give you a few great ideas to help you get your name out there without having to spend a single dollar at all. Now, the other thing I want to mention is this is focused, or the video says Canadian online businesses. Most of this will apply to online businesses wherever you happen to operate. I just happen to use them building my e-commerce store in Canada. So with that, let's dive right into them. The first strategy that I want to mention is your blog. So if you already have an online store, especially one with Shopify, you have the ability to make blog posts. And I cannot emphasize enough the importance of using your blog often and effectively. And there's a couple strategies that you can use to help build lots of blog content and to make sure you're doing that in a way that's going to help grow your business. One thing to always remember when you're building blog content is search engine optimization. So when you're building this, you want to build in keywords to your titles, to the images that you're putting on, to the meta description that you're putting in the bottom of Shopify, to the URLs you're using, the name of the images that you're putting up there, everything you're linking to. Use the keywords that you want to be found for when people are searching you. So as you build that content, or as you're thinking of ideas, be sure to keep those keywords in mind. Something you always got to remember as you're building your blog content is you want it to be valuable and actually answer questions that customers are going to have. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're selling keto potato chips and you want people to find you who are looking to buy keto potato chips. One question somebody might enter into Google is, what makes keto potato chips better than regular ones? How much oil goes into making keto potato chips versus regular ones? These are all questions that people could be asking, and you can build content to answer those kind of questions. Something to also consider as you're building your blog content is to link to products throughout the page or throughout the post. That way, as customers or potential customers are reading your content, they can actually be driven to your products. Now, you don't want to do this in a real salesy way, but if you can do that elegantly and in a non-intrusive way, it's a great way to drive traffic to those product pages. The other thing is at the bottom of every single blog post, always have a call to action. You don't want to leave customers or potential customers unsure of what to do once they get to a bottom of a piece of content. So this is always your opportunity to either drive them to a product, drive them to your homepage, drive them to another piece of content on your blog that you've made, but always use that opportunity to drive the traffic, and putting a call to action at the bottom of your post is critical. So the second strategy that I want to mention is email marketing. And some may say email marketing is dead. I would completely disagree. It is historically one of the most cost-effective forms of marketing that I have with my business. So there are a couple different providers. One that is free to get started with that is certainly worth checking out is MailChimp. And then as you start to grow and you can invest more into it, you want to look at things that can offer automation and email flows, things like Klaviyo, Aweber. There are a couple different providers there. Something to keep in mind is you always want to make it very easy for customers or potential customers to sign up for your newsletter. So it should be easy to find as somebody's browsing through your homepage where they can sign up. If you opt to try something like a pop-up, which I actually do recommend, this will help to grow your email newsletter list, and also offering an incentive. I have tried in the past using things like discounts. I don't necessarily like that or recommend it. What I prefer personally is to offer digital content, so white papers, guides, that sort of thing in exchange for email subscription. Now, it's important to make sure that people clearly understand and are agreeing to accept your email marketing in exchange for that digital content, but as long as you make that clear, you're totally fine. The third strategy that I want to mention is YouTube. So you may not be aware, but YouTube is actually the second largest search engine in the world. And if you don't have content there, chances are you are missing out on potential customers. So you really don't need much in order to record YouTube videos. What I often just use is iPhone and a lapel microphone that you can get from Amazon for $15 or less, you certainly don't even need that. If you have a phone or just a video camera, it's enough to get you started. Now, as you're building the content, again, you want to make sure you're answering questions that people are going to be searching related to your niche or the products that you're selling, and you want to add value. So you want to be answering those questions in a way that people will see as valuable. What I recommend is just commit to 5 or 6 videos, give it a try, and you might surprise yourself. Chances are you'll be able to create some content, get it out there, and you may be really surprised with the amount of views and traffic you start driving from YouTube. The other thing is it can be a little nerve-wracking or feel weird to sit in front of a camera and talk or to start the process of building those videos. But again, just give it a try. And I think you'll be quite surprised and happy with the results you get. So the fourth strategy that I want to recommend is Google My Business. And Google My Business is a place where you can start to collect reviews for your business that are going to come up as people are searching your company name on Google. So it's totally free to register your company. Again, I highly recommend that you do this and start putting in an effort to gather reviews from customers for your business as opposed to just product reviews. So something else that I highly recommend doing is making it as simple as possible to get those reviews. So I actually have a template that when I send to customers, it includes a link directly to, if they click the link, they can actually just start typing in the review as opposed to having to search your name, click on write a review, and that whole process. So you want to make it as simple as possible for your customers to write you a review. You also want to make sure that you're doing this frequently. So you want to make sure that you're going back to your customers, especially if you know that they're having a good experience, and just ask them, send them an email, and just ask if they're willing to leave you an honest review. Do not be one of those guys who is trying to be slimy and offer incentives and cheap things to give you a 5-star review. Don't mention how many stars you want them to write. If you are able to get a lot of reviews on Google My Business, this will actually help your SEO. So you also want to make sure that you're posting frequently. So posting content that you're sharing on other social media websites, post on Google My Business. And again, if you start to build up a lot of reviews relative to other competitors, this is going to help your search engine optimization. The fifth strategy that I want to mention is industry groups. And what I mean by that is online groups of people who are interested in the niche or product that you sell. So an example would be keto potato chips again. So you could find on places like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Reddit groups that are groups of people who are on the keto diet. Maybe you could even be geographically more specific. So Canadians on the keto diet, because you're trying to target Canadians who are looking to buy keto potato chips. Try to remember to not be too salesy. So you want to participate in the conversation and add value. So if people are asking questions, you can answer those questions and you can start to position yourself as an expert in the field. So when people are posing questions on keto potato chips, you are the go-to person to provide answers. Eventually, you can start throwing in pieces of content that maybe answer people's questions or even directly linking to your product. But again, you don't want to be salesy. You more want to be a contributing member of the community who happens to also sell that product. But industry groups are a fantastic way for free to get your name and your brand out to a lot of people. So there you go. Those are my top 5 free marketing strategies for Canadian online businesses. I hope you found this valuable. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.